You talked about brands and trying to establish a cultural identity in terms of what to keep and what to not keep. Is there anything particular in mind, that value or a trait or something that you would like to keep?
I don't know. I think I've kind of been a little bit too mixed at this point in terms of my cultures. Because granted, right, as proud as I am from the Chinese culture, I think I've learned a lot of great things from other cultures as well.
Okay.
I think it's more about keeping our identity, not our values, as we grow. But being able to learn and to learn the values of other countries, right?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What would you say are those things that you've learned from other cultures?
Yeah, I think so. I've been fortunate enough to live in the U.S. for a really long time, and something that is done here that is not done anywhere close anywhere else is the idea of teamwork, right? So here, so I went to elementary school here, right? So even in elementary school, right, you work in teams, right? You have PE class, right? You play sports, right? You watch sports, right? Sports is a huge industry out here, multi-millions, multi-billions. Most of them are team sports. So a lot of the ideas out here in America are focused on teams, and it translates everywhere else, right? Like if you work for an American company, collaboration and teamwork is very, heavily emphasized. So that's something that I think we can learn, right? Because in China, it's always about who scores individually the highest, right? If you look at a Chinese classroom, everyone's ranked in terms of score, but not teamwork score, individual score. So that's one thing.
I never really thought about that. That's a
Yeah.
good point,
Yeah, it's huge. Heritage from a European standpoint. There's a lot of things I don't agree with from a European standpoint, but they're very proud of who they are and where they come from, and it's instilled in a lot of products that they sell to the world today.
Right.
I'm getting into watches, Swiss watches, recently, and that's a really good example, right? Like you have this Switch watch industry where you have the tech giants like Samsung and Apple that are having a lot of trouble to get rid of with the smartwatches, right? Because it's still, mechanical watches are still a thing, and they've been able to kind of hold on to those to the heritage, and then because that's really what they sell, right? Because in this century, right, manual automatic watches is not that much of a impressive science anymore. But they've been able to turn the branding into more of a detail-oriented heritage type of product.
I want to see this now.
I can see that, honestly. Yeah, I see that for sure.
Because who wouldn't want a smartwatch that measures your heart rate at the same time, that can measure someone else's heart rate too?
Right.
There's this app where you can measure that, you can keep track of your significant other's heart rate if she's on the other coast or etc.
But it's so instilled in them. Yeah, it's part of their heritage.
But a Patek Philippe can still sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars today. And that does nothing but tell the time and look good on your wrist. But what it is, it's heritage. They're the only company that hand makes their movements and their watches and are solely owned. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if they bought out.